Well, the All-Star game is coming to Kansas City, and as you can imagine, security will be beefed up just about everywhere for this event.
Yeah, sad to say it's not all fun and game, but police discussed this morning their security preps for the big event. Lindsay Shively was there live and has more on what police are planning. Lindsay.
That's right. The first day of spring brings us even closer to that All-Star game. It's going to be here before we know it. It's one of the biggest events to come to town in decades, so that means security has to be the biggest priority as well. They have a big budget to do that, too, about $250,000 or so, I'm told. They haven't used a lot of that yet because they've been doing all of their planning, dozens of people, by the way, while they're all on duty, so it hasn't eaten into that budget yet. But they did get a practice run with some of the equipment they're going to be using. At the St. Patrick's Day parade, they got to use that emergency operations center. You see the video screens they get to look at. That was brand new, and they got to see how they could use it when they are going to have that at Kauffman Stadium. They're going to be perched over across the hill at the FCA building. They have so many plans for how they're going to make this work to keep everybody safe, because that is going to be so important when we have at least 100,000 people coming into town just for the Fan Fest, several thousand people at all the other events that are happening all week. This really cool red carpet parade that's winding through the plaza. They have classic baseball games going on in the inner city. They have so many things that are going to be happening with this event that the security is just as far-reaching as the event themselves. We talked about them, about how they make this such a priority.
If we have a major event happen, we have officers that are in reserve, so we always want to make sure we maintain a minimum staffing level at each station for 911 calls, and so that's why we're bringing in officers from other agencies like the Highway Patrol to help us with the traffic at the stadium. That's going to relieve some of our officers to not have to do those jobs.
And, you know, traffic at the stadium might sound like a minor thing. They actually tell us it is incredibly complicated, so much so that they are going to give the Highway Patrol kind of a dry run to practice with them on opening day and the Cardinal Series at Kauffman Stadium, so they make sure they get it right for the All-Star game, because they're going to need all the help they can get with so many folks coming in town. We're live downtown. Lindsay Shively, 41 Action News.